This conference will now be recorded.
So today, yesterday, what we saw a statement related stuff, statements. In that, we have three statements: IO statements, conditional statements, and looping statement, iterative statement. So
Your
yesterday we
your screen
IO
is not
statement.
visible.
Good. Now,
Yes,
Yeah,
good.
now we can see.
so we saw concept of IO statement, and today we will see conditional statement. In conditional statement, we have a concept called if there are four types of if simple if, you can say this is simple if, there is one other if else if else, third one is else if ladder, and last is nested if. Okay, so these four if we have. So first of all, we'll see a simple if with condition and one if only. There is no else condition here, else part. And here we have both if and else, the complete structure. But here we have multiple times else if ladder, and here it is a combination of all three parts. That means it can be nested if, can be only if, or it can be if else, or it can be else if ladder. Nested means if within if, it is called nested if. So let me describe in detail. So we'll take one simple example. Suppose we'll take number is equal to 3. Okay, and here n is greater than 0. That means I'm trying to check the n is greater than 0. If this condition is true, then it will display me n is greater than 3 or 0, greater than 0. That means this I'm writing. So what I'll get this output directly. See here, I'm getting output as directly this one. So n is greater than 0. Why? Because this condition is true. Now, before going in detail about this program, I'll go with some another file. Consider I'll use here. Give me 2 minutes. I'll try to take one simple program where we can write all things. 7th May. So this is my folder. Okay, and here I'm trying to add one file. So last time we saw, we'll take one simple example here. Go to new and text document. It should be it should contain this .txt extension. Otherwise, it will not become .py file. So you need to write .py here, and you can write any name here, ABC editor. So if you see here py file here, that means this is the Python file. Okay, now when you write here any file or any data, suppose open with notepad plus plus. So the data whatever we write here, you should see here directly. Here. So what I will do, I'll write same program n equal to 3, and then if n is greater than 0 colon, and then condition n is greater than 0, like this, and by. Simple program. So here I'll write here welcome before starting loop condition. So what I will do, I'll use here one symbol trick here. Right click and open a folder in CMD. if you write like this, so it should open like this format. So wherever you start your file, it should display like this, and then you'll do one thing. You'll write here like this and separate it with these values. Now here I'll make a prompt small. So now whatever I write here, suppose Python, and then file name is abc.py. So I'll get the output. So what would be the output now? Welcome and is greater than 0 and bye. If I write here, instead of writing this, I'll write here -3. That means -3. So what would be the output? Guys, help me.
Welcome and bye, right?
Right, correct. So welcome and bye. Why? Because this condition is not satisfied. So this is called simple if. Now we'll go with another if. If I write here, I want whether number is positive or negative. If I have, so I should get the number is positive, or else I want a number is negative. Like that I need. So what I need to do, I'll write like this, and then I'll say number is positive or simple positive. And another one is else if, else print and then negative, negative. That's it. So here if I try same program, I'll get negative. If I write here +3, then what I'll get? Welcome, positive, and bye. That's it. So this is the output we will get usually. This is called if else. Before that, what we see, else if, only if, simple if. Now there is another concept called if the number is 0. Consider the scenario in which the number is 0, and then if you try, so what we will get? We will get this type of values. So instead of writing this thing, I want to check if number is 0, then it should display something else. So that means it should display me else if adder. So uh, if it is 0, then I need to write some condition. So I'll write here one condition is equal to 0, one thing. If it is 0, number is 0, like some message. And here I'll use else if, and then another condition is greater than 0, then print, and then positive. That's it. So this is called else if ladder. Third part. How many parts we saw? One is simple if, right? If else, and then what in my else if ladder? That means multiple times you can add a condition, and later we'll see nested if. So let me check this output first. Uh, so I'll get 0. If I write here 10, so what would be the output? Remember, we need to save it, otherwise you will not get your output. If you write here 1 and you're not saved, see here I can see this is symbol star
Welcome,
before
well,
E.
welcome, positive and bye, right?
Now what is output?
Welcome, positive and bye.
Sure, let me check how it is possible. Sometimes this is tricky. Your answer is correct, I accept it, but why I am getting this type of output?
Because you
Here,
use a double square equal.
no. The problem is this one. See here,
You did not
before
save
E.
it, right?
Yes. Now it's saved. Now if I check this thing, I'll get same output. That means if you not save, you will not get same output. It will give you previous output. So now it's correct, positive and by, right? Okay. Any question, any doubt? It's simple, and you can easily solve this. And even if you want to find out, now help me to write a program to suppose n equal to, I want to find out what if the value of n is 10 to 20. Remember, if the value of n is 10 to 20, I should get the answer is good morning. If the value of uh, n is 21 to 30, so I should get good afternoon. Guys, can you help me in this program?
Yeah, you can say if n greater than or equal to 10 and less than 20, print
Huh? It
good
can be
morning.
anything. So what I'll do one thing. Instead of writing this value, I'll use integer and then
Input,
input,
right? Input,
right?
yeah.
Huh. Enter only number. So we are depend on end user. Now we'll check any value. Enter only number. I write 2, I'll get positive. If I write again -3, I'll get negative. If I write like this and I'll write 0, so I'll get, oh sorry, if I write 0 instead of writing this, I'll get 0. So here is output correct. Now it is depend on end user. Now what I need, and my another question is 10 to 20. If the value is 10 to 20, if they entered the value here, if I enter 10 to 20, I'll get a good morning. So guys, help me in this program. Here it should get 23. So here 23 is what I'll get output if I write 23.
Positive, right? Welcome,
Uh-huh.
positive. Bye.
Yeah, now it will give you positive, but what I am expecting from next program, this one. If it is 21 to 30, I'll get good afternoon. Like this, I need program. Now it is positive, correct? Yes. But I need to write this type of program. So help me in this type of program. So what I
So
will do to write this? Huh?
if 10 less than n less than, I mean, 10 and 20 in between n should be there, right?
If 10,
No, equal. Yeah, greater than or
help me,
equal to 10.
n and 10. In between, we both we need to write, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
equal and greater than.
Ha, in greater than and equal, not equal and greater. This is the syntax
Yeah,
we
great.
need to follow.
Yeah,
Ha. Yes, it is correct. Now, after this,
And
and right, and
n
and then
n
between,
less than or equal to 20.
right. This is correct. Now
Good.
I'll write print.
Printer is
Good
already
morning. Good morning. Yes. And here I'll write another condition also, so it would be good. Suppose the value is from 31 to 40, so I'll get good evening, and from good night. That's it. Ha. Now help me. Good morning. Yes, it is correct. Huh? Here what I need
now
to write,
n greater than
n
equal to
greater
20,
than equal to
equal
20.
21. 21.
Huh. 21, right? Why? Because we return a condition in 21 to 30. So we need to compare with n and 30 as well, right?
Yeah,
And here in between both, what we need to write?
and
And yes. And here
less than equal to
less than or equal to. What do you mean by this thing?
is good afternoon.
Haha. Yes. Good afternoon. Huh. Now another output also I need, means another condition also I need. So I'll write like this. Or any garbage value consider. I need to write like this, any number, x, 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 anything, any number. So I'll get good night. So after good afternoon, what I need to write? One another condition I need to write. So I'll use else if, and then here again n is greater than or equal to, what is the value? 31, and n is less than or equal to 40,
40.
right?
Yeah.
Here I'll write print this is correct. Now else anything if you are right, I'll get good night. Let me try this program. Any number, I write 22. So what would be the output? Ashok?
Good afternoon and good night.
No, only
Bye.
one
Bye.
value.
Bye.
Right, bye. It will display good afternoon only. Remember, in this condition, from here to here, it will pick only one value. From here to here, it will pick only one value. If this condition is satisfied, it will not go anywhere else. Suppose I'll return like this, or else, sorry, instead of writing this, I return 30 by mistake. So if I write like this value, what would be the output if I write here 22? Then now this is tricky interview question.
It will give both good morning and good afternoon.
Okay.
It will
What about
give
uh-huh.
only good morning. Why? Because the first itself condition got true, so then it will exit automatically after that.
Yes. Chaitanya? See, good
Uh,
morning. Yeah.
yeah, good morning. Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Good morning only. Why? Because this condition is true. That means it will not go anywhere else. Even you return anything else here, after this condition also true, they will not worry about this. They will skip all part. Any one condition is true, they will skip all thing and it will directly jump to out of the block. This is called one block. This is one block. From this block, they will it will select any one thing, any one condition, any one block. Like it will select this true part, or it will select when this condition is true, this will select these values, and this can select these things, or this can select this thing, any one thing. Or else, if not selected from these conditions, so definitely it will goes to else part. So this type of output, you will always get any result you will get this type of output, or only one result you will get. This is only one result you will get here. So let me try with this program now. If I write here 1, I'll get good night. Why 1? Because 1 is not in our range, so it will get this type of output. Now if I write here 11, I'll get good morning. Got this point or anything else? Any question, guys?
No.
No.
Okay. Let me try with some another tricky example. With this example, what I need to do, I need to perform nested if. Nested if can be anything. This if can be anything. It can be a simple if, it can be else if, or it can be else if later. Else if later. If else or else if later. Now instead of writing this thing, first of all I want to check this value, whatever the value is coming, it is positive or negative. Okay, so what I will do, I will write condition if n is greater than 0, that means this is positive value, right? So I'll write here this positive value. Okay, and then if this condition is true, if it is positive, then only I need to perform this operation. So remember, now it's going in that block. Now it is going in that block, and then I'll write here some condition, and here if I'll write like this, else I'll get this output, negative or 0. So this is called nested if. What do you mean by nested if? One if, it can be any type. Here the type is if else, is contain another if block, which is called nested if. So let me try with this example. Now I write here 11. What is 11? 11 is positive or negative first? First of all, this will check this condition. N is greater than 0. Yes, it is correct. So this will goes to this condition. And from here it will select the values, and it will display first line number 9. Okay. And this is 11. So that means what? It will satisfy this condition. If this condition is satisfied, it will directly jump to the end of line, means here it can be anything. Here I'll write by. So what would be the output of my this program? Line by line.
Welcome, positive, good morning, bye.
But now I return this program, and before that I run this program, so I'll get only positive and good morning right now. Later if I run same program with same value, I'll get whatever you said, right? So this is correct. So this is the output we'll get. If I write here instead of writing this thing, if just I return here uh, 11 but with minus value, what would be the output?
Negative or zero, bye. Welcome, negative or welcome, negative or zero, bye.
Welcome by.
No,
Welcome negative 0 or by. Yeah.
this one also, yes, including this also, right? Yes, this is the output we'll get. This is simple programs. Okay, now you understand, guys. So this is called conditional statement. In that we have this type of statements we have here, and now we will go in detail about that, some simple interactive code which will help us to write our programs, which will take a simple program. Sometime we require to write a program with some selections. Let me introduce you about selection part. Like switch statement, we have something different called selection. In that selection we will use some value, like here I'm writing 10, and then I'll use selector any value. You can write any name here, s1 you can write, no problem, and then brackets. This is little bit, but remember it's very easy. And now here you will write your code. I'll write here x is less than 0. If x is less than 0, that means return none. X is greater than 0, that means I'll write return positive, or x is equal to 0. This condition we need require before, right? Because it can create a problem. X is equal to 0, that means return 0. That's it. Like this we require. Now here I'll just write this thing, I'll write in this format, so it would be good. Bracket close, and here I'll use 1. So what would be the output, guys? If I write like this and I'll try to print the S1, what would be the output here? Ashok, Jagdish?
Positive, right?
Let me check this. Guys, others guys, why positive? Because 10 is greater than 0. This condition is not satisfied. This condition is also not satisfied. This condition also, yes, this condition is satisfied. So that's why I'll get the value. Getting my point? So this type of selector we require sometime. We have only one value, and then based on that value, we can perform some selection parts. Remember, the selection parts we require sometime, which is very important. And now based on this selection parts, we'll take advanced Python concept, which we require in the programming, and also we require in before and so in require in interview also this type of advanced programming. So before going into the detail about that advanced concept little bit, I'll try to introduce you the looping concept. After that we will go in detail about advanced part. So we need to take two things now. Remember, statements. We saw statements. In that statements, what we need to do, we need to see. We already saw a concept called IO statements, right? Now conditional statements. Now another statement is called iterative or looping statement. Looping statement. Based on these statements, we have another concept, advanced statement, like lambda and comprehension. So this concept we will see today. What in by this lambda and comprehension? This is the advanced part of a statement. This will perform same thing whatever we got here in statements. Same thing we can perform, but this is very advanced, and they will ask you in interview. And this is nowadays become trend in Python to write a program with the help of this lambda and comprehension. So we should know how they are writing this type of program. So that's why let me try with the simple looping concept first, then we'll go in detail about lambda and comprehension. Okay, so first of all, what I will do, I'll take one simple program with for loop. First I'll try to close this type of program. Control Q is the shortcut key in Notepad++, and then here I'll write a program. Consider I want to display value for I in, and then value. So suppose that value is coming from this list, data list. Data is equal to, and here I have list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Like these values we have, right? Data. And now I'll try to display the value of I. What will be the output? 1 to 10. 1 to 10. Okay. So from here, data data we pick one by one values using for in, and then based on that for in we'll get the data I, and we'll try to display the value of I. So we can perform any operation here, like here I am performing two's operations. So what would be the output now? Output is two's table. Okay, here I am getting two table, right? Now this is simple program. This is called looping concept. Now we'll come to the lambda, which is very interesting and very important. Lambda and list comprehension. So first of all, I will go with list comprehension. In list comprehension, the data whatever we have, whatever we written here, we can write in single one line, which is called list comprehensions. So in list comprehension, same thing. If I want to write with a list comprehension, so same thing we can use instead of writing this, I'll use uh, result, any value, or you can display directly that variable equal to brackets, and then d for d in data. So this is the output. Let me close this. Ah, this is the output. Same output we get here. See here, output is same: 10, 20, 30, 40, 2, 4, 6, 8 till 20. So this is my output. Whatever you return here, you can write using list comprehension. List comprehension is a technique, you can say it is a one type of technique which help us to write in short code, or the code whatever you return, it's very lengthy, one thing, and it is adapted by from another programming language. So Python says suggested we usually use this type of things like statements. We usually use either conditional or looping. So for that, for especially conditional and looping, they use list comprehension and lambda. List comprehension and lambda. So this is the concept of list comprehension, and based on this concept, we can implement either with simple looping concept, same thing, or else with the help of list comprehension. So same thing you can return. So instead of writing this, I'll use again shortcut. In one line, if I want to write a program, that's it. I'll close this, comment it. So this is my program in one line. Whole program is in one line. Now same output, but it is in one line. Getting my point? Any question, any doubt? So what is the syntax of list comprehension? Syntax is very easy. I'll introduce you syntax as well. So syntax, in that we have two things. Remember, here we have result. Result can be always a list of data, and that data is basically in a list format. So if you try to find out the type and then the value, what would be the output? Now guys, help me. If I write a type and then value,
It will give a list.
yes, correct, it will give me list. So let me check with this. So if I'll try with this value, I'll get list. Okay, so here it always written a list of result in a list format. Okay, and here we have two things: output, whatever you want, output element, and then for, and any variable. You can write any variable. Instead of writing this, I'll write in this format, so it would be good. And here also same thing. Where we are here, right? So output for then in keyword, then collection type, collection object. That object can be a list, it can be a list or anything, whatever you expect. List, tuple, or set, and dictionary, anything. Okay, so we'll take a list usually here, and the collection object is here is written like this format. And another thing is what, in keyword. So this is in keyword variable. That variable you need to use here, same variable here, remember. So we can make with the help of this variable one uh, equation, or you can say expression. We can create an expression with the help of this variable. So I create one expression that will generate some new value. It will generate some new value. You can perform any operations here, and then what the generated output result in will goes in a form of list. This will goes in a form of list. So here the list will come, and the output is in a list format. Okay, so this is the main thing. Any doubt, any question, guys? Chaitanya, Jagdish?
No, no, good.
No, I'm good.
So same thing, we can perform some another operations also. Like this is one type of syntax, remember. If you know syntax, you can do anything, remember. And same thing you can do another stuff also with this. Like here, whatever you return, and then here you can write condition, conditional statement. That means if, then condition, your condition, then your true or false values. So it will return either true or false value. Let me try with this example. Second syntax, this is syntax 1, first syntax, and this is syntax second. I'll try second syntax. For this, I'll write a simple program. H, or number list, is equal to a data. That data can be X, and for X in and some values. Suppose I will take a data. Data is already filled with these values, remember. This is filled with these values. Data is equal to this value. Okay, so you can utilize with multiple purpose. Now here I'll write, if this condition is true, then check X mod same object. Whatever you specify here, remember, whatever you specify here, same object you can utilize here as well as here. So same object %2 equal to 0. That means if it is even, then only I need to find out, then only it will return in number list NL, and then I'll print NL. So what would be the output, guys? Can you suggest? Can you suggest what type of output we'll get here? Here the condition is X mod 2 equal to 0. That means even number. Remember, find out even number. If it is even number, then return this value into this collection. Append this value. So output is here only even numbers. I'll get only even number because of type here. I'll get this one. Now output is only 2, 4 till 10, because we start from 1 to 10. So from 1 to 10, how many even numbers we have? These many numbers are even numbers. So that one even numbers will get the data. Getting my point? Any question, Jagdish?
So you are taking the data list, and in
Hmm.
that you are trying to divide that particular data list by 2. If that is
One by one.
equal to, yeah, 1 by 1, and if it is equal to 0, then you are returning it to n1 and displaying it, right?
Yes, yes. Otherwise, if it is not divided properly, I'll neglect that value. So
Okay.
here, 1
Or
and 3 and 7
can
are
can we
not proper.
can we write
Mhm.
directly for data if x percentile 2 equal to 0 instead of x?
Sorry, can you help me? How you want?
n1 equal to
NL equal to
take out that x. Yeah, for in day for 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 data. Oh, okay. For
no,
data,
this is not for data. No, not possible. Remember,
okay.
we need to follow the syntax. Syntax will help us to get the exact output. So what is this? This is the condition, and this will generate one result, and that result is come from left hand side. And whatever you specify condition here, whether we need to store this value in this NL or not, it will display it. So this condition will help us to find out the result. Okay.
Got it.
So this is only possible here, and this is the output. Remember, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8. So if the value is 1, so 1 is not mod with 0. Remember, suppose I'll write here 1 mod 2 equal to 0. This is condition is true or false? Help me.
False.
That's false. Oh, sorry. Because here we cannot use this.
Yeah.
We need to use in Python. So when I write here 1 mod 2 is equal to 0, it will give me false. Whereas here the value, if the x is not 1, x is 2, that time if I write here same thing, 2 mod 2 equal to 0, it is true. Now if the value is coming as 3, so if I write here 3 mod 2, so what would be the output?
False.
False. So like that, it will try to change the value from x. X is incremental variable which will change how many data is available in this collection object. So this is collection object. In that, how many elements we have, that many types of elements, it will change the values. So here we'll get multiple times values. Getting my point? Any question, any doubt?
No.
Same thing. The same thing we can go with advanced little bit. Just trying to update the value here. Now I'll not get any value, right? No, yes. So that means only I have this object data, or no need this object also. We'll skip it. This is empty file consider. Now I'll write h letters, h equal to or h data equal to, and here I'll write some data, h for h in A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So what would be the output here? If I try to print H data, what would be the output?
It
Help
will
me
give
guys.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H.
Right. Then what is the benefit here? If I'm writing this much, you can reuse directly writing instead of writing this thing. I'll write here data is equal to and this value, right?
Yeah.
Consider. Now, what is the benefit with writing this line? If you want to separate, remember, if you want to separate one value with multiple characters, you can use this type of code. What is the purpose of this code? I'll share it with you. You will get all elements separately. See here, all element in separate position. So with the help of h data, you can go with particular element and you can find out the result. Like here, see. Getting my point? You can separate one value multiple elements.
What is this particular thing doing? Can you explain me once again for H data?
Sorry.
Can you explain this lambda expression once again? H for H in data.
H data is a result variable. Here,
Okay.
H data is the result variable. H
Yeah.
is a variable, any data. You can write X also, no problem.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, that I got it. Yeah.
And data. Data is basically this values. So it will pick one by one each value and it will store into this H data.
Got it.
And
Yeah.
elements we can get through indexing as well. So this is possible. So it will separate your string into one collection object. Okay.
Got it.
Okay. Any doubt? Any question? Because today's important session, we take basics till advanced, and from tomorrow onwards, we will go in detail about this or more in detail. So if you have any question now, you can ask me. Otherwise, we will see tomorrow. Okay.
Okay. No problem.
Thank you.